Hey folks, Coach Simmons here, and I am extremely shocked that not one YouTuber has brought this up. Especially right now when there is really honestly no content being said out there. This is something, it's humongous if it passes through. When I say humongous, I mean humongous out there. It should Coach here, Coach Simmons. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. If this thing goes through, it's a game changer. This came out a month ago. Joint practices in fall camp. One FBS conference is asking, why not? The MAC is asking the NCAA to consider a proposal that will allow teams at an FBS level to participate in joint practices during fall camp. It was reported by Brian Fisher of Athlon Sports. According to the report, the MAC is prepared to ask the organization to consider a proposal. The upcoming 2022 fall camp season, joint practices are something that occur at NFL level but not in college. Student athletes in many other sports other than football have opportunity to test themselves and measure their preparation by facing an opponent in scrimmages or exhibition, proposal states. A joint practice with other institutions during the preseason will allow football student athletes the opportunity to prepare themselves for the upcoming season. This will be a major change in the practice routine at the college level, but one that might prove beneficial to several programs. Having an opportunity to practice against or hold scrimmage with another team could serve as a semi-exhibition contest before the season kicks off. The MAC is asking for a proposal within current rules and guidelines of FBS fall camp practice structures. Check this out, people. Let's check out the actual tweet. Bring it up here. Okay. Source, MAC. Effective date August 1st, 2022. Rationale. Student athletes in many other sports other than football have an opportunity to test themselves and measure their preparation by facing an opponent in scrimmage or exhibitions. A joint practice with another institution during the preseason will allow the football student athletes the opportunity to better prepare themselves for the upcoming season. The joint practice will not be an additional day of practice and will be subject to all preseason practice legislation, e.g. length of practice, one on-field practice per day. Therefore, no additional time demands will be made of student athletes other than the travel for the visiting team. The proposal is, yes, this proposal is significant for all institutions that sponsor football. The benefits of a joint practice would outweigh the minimal additional monitoring burdens. A joint practice will provide an opportunity for student athletes to better understand their skills, needs, and opportunities to better transition into the season without holding additional competition. The only thing to worry about is the budget on people who travel. And yes, this is FBS, people, but once the FBS adopts something, it's gonna trickle down to the FCS. Imagine how much better teams will be prepared. Most of my core audience is HBCU, so we're going to use them, okay? If you don't know what the team I'm talking about, just Google it, you'll find out. How much more prepared would FAMU have been if they had played SCLA in a preseason exhibition before the playoffs? How much more prepared would, let's say, James Madison, they played North Dakota State in a exhibition? This is what I'm talking about. The NFL has been doing this for years. You see them have the Eagles versus Giants preseason because, look, be honest with you folks, be dead honest, okay? The only reason why a lot of these FBS powerhouses can get away with scheduling these little small teams beginning of the year, because they call it a preseason. If you want to talk big time, imagine Texas and Alabama having an exhibition, a practice. Back to HBCU land. Imagine this. Shedeur Sanders, Malachi Wideman, Coleman, Davis, Hunter, Shiloh, Cam, Nugget roll up in Nacogdoches, Texas. Pay Stephen F. Austin. But there's no loss being available. All you're trying to do is practice your plays and beat the other team into submission with no losses being counted. Okay, also no wins, but no losses being counted, even though we're counting the wins. This is something that I would hope happens immediately. This is not even breaking news. I'm not sure why this has been up under the radar. This is something that should be front page of every FCS, FBS magazine. And the whole thing about depending on the travel, look, we know what's going to happen. If, let's say, North Dakota State and whoever, let's pick somebody from the South. All right, Southeast Louisiana. They want to do this. They're going to meet midway. Because no one's going to North Dakota to catch a beat down for free. Besides A&T. So they meet halfway. They could have it will turn into a preseason game. You end up having games in St. Louis, Tulsa. You end up having games over in Amarillo, Texas. People going midway, which will end up turning into what we all want. It's a freaking preseason for college football. But with this preseason, unlike the NFL, it actually matters. I'm really behind this 100%. I'm happy the MAC made the proposal. Let's see how it holds up. But hey, I'm Coach Simmons, and like I'm always saying now, it's impact over views. This will be a huge impact. Y'all have a good night.